Hello, GR. Let's go ahead and complete your perspective.svg practice file for your assignment 6A project. Open up an Inkscape page and save it as perspective.svg in your Unit 6 folder. I have it listed over here in the corner, perspective.svg. And once you have that, we are going to do a couple of things. So our goal here is to create a practice file that uses linear perspective. And so we'll design a very simple road scene with a building next to it. This will help you with linear perspective, but it'll also give you practice with the box tool, which we'll use in our still life. So first thing we'll want to do is open up our layers panel and then change that first layer to road. Once you have your road layer, use your pencil tool to draw the horizon line. Our horizon line is a line that goes side to side without any angle. And do that with the control key. So hold control when you draw. And this is where the sky meets the earth. Oh, I'm not on my roads layer. So make sure you're on your road layer when you do this. There we go. Once you've got your horizon line, click on the bottom corner of the canvas and then find a spot on the horizon line anywhere, doesn't matter, and click on that point. Then grab the opposite corner and connect it to the same point on the horizon line. And we have our very simple road all done and ready to go. The road is disappearing off into the distance towards the horizon. Add a new layer and name this one building. For this new layer, we are going to work with our box tool. So I'll lock the road layer. For the next part of the demonstration, just watch me. I'm not going to use this box for the building itself. I just want to show you how the box works. So when you grab your box tool, you will click somewhere and drag. And as you do, you can create a box. And it can look a few different ways, just depending on how you do that. So I'll start like this. Now, when you have your box, it's a little hard to see here, but there are three types of lines. They're different colors. We've got a red set of lines, a yellow set of lines, and a blue set of lines. These are our orthogonals. These go towards our vanishing points. So the same vanishing point that the road goes to, same thing sort of happens with this box. We've got one side that has a vanishing point and then a second side that has a vanishing point. So our box is in 2-point perspective. Ignore the blue. We're not going to work with that this semester, so just let the blue be. One thing to note as you work with these vanishing points is they should always be located on your horizon line, pretty much without exception when you're working with 2-point perspective. And so somewhere on the horizon line, doesn't matter where, just somewhere. The wider they are, the more natural your box will look. The closer they are, the more kind of weirdly distorted your box will look. So keep that in mind. Horizon line, different distances apart. Once you've kind of got your vanishing points established on the horizon line, now you can edit the box itself. And there's corners on each part of the box, and you can drag those. Each one's going to do it slightly different thing. So the yellow side just goes back and forth. The red goes back and forth and up and down. And then the front corners go back and forth and up and down. And so you can just kind of get a feel for that if you have a practice box open. One thing that might happen is you might notice that if you drag one of the corners through the other set of corners, the box will look inside out. I don't recommend leaving it that way. We're not really going to work with it like that. So just drag it back through the other direction until it looks normal. Um, and the last thing that you can click on and kind of manipulate is the X here in the middle. This lets you just kind of move the whole box overall. And as you move towards one side, it's going to get bigger, and as you move towards the other side, it's going to get smaller. Um, so you'll usually use a combination of the corners and that X to move your boxes around. Let's see here. Another important thing, always make sure that your box is in the middle of the two vanishing points, or else it's going to look funky. And it can go up or down. That doesn't tend to affect it too much. All right, so I'm gonna delete that because I didn't necessarily want it to leave it that way. And so I'm going to start with the box for our actual assignment. We're on the building layer. Grab the box tool, draw a box. Take one of the vanishing points, depending on what side of the road it's going to be on, and put that on the point where the road disappears. So my box is going to be on this side, so I'll use the yellow to the vanishing point. If it's the other side, then put the red on that vanishing point. The other one will go on the horizon line, and then adjust the box until it fits next to the road here. It doesn't have to be like super fancy or anything, but it should be next to the road as if it's a building because it's named building. Now, our box is an object. So if I grab the nodes tools, you can see I have specialized nodes. That's why it's an object, just like the ellipses and the polygons. I want to edit the shape of the box, so I need to change this from an object to a path. Click on your box, select it, click path, object to path. And now I can edit the nodes individually on each side. According to your lesson, we're going to curve the roof so that the roof looks like an airplane hangar. And so to do that, let's go ahead and zoom in. And I'm going to click on the top part of the box. I want to lift up the back edge here so that it is curved. I'm actually going to lift this part up here. So I want it to be nice and curved. This will be the top of the curve. And then click the front of the box and curve that up. And it looks a little funky right now. That's okay. I'm going to adjust the handle so it kind of faces up. Once I've got that, I can take this far corner here and just pull it up to the top. And then I've got a curved roof. So it looks like it's going up and around. The next thing that I want to add to my building is a door. So I'm going to grab my rectangle tool and draw a door on the side facing the road. Now it looks a little bit funky. That's okay. We're going to adjust it. First, though, we need some guidelines. So we're going to create a new layer. And guidelines are lines that will not stay. They're kind of like sketch lines, but they will help us to determine how to fix this rectangle so it looks right. So on my guidelines layer, I'm going to use my pencil tool to take the corner of the road here, the horizon line where it vanishes, and go along the edge there. And then I'm also going to go from the top of the door back to the horizon line. So these two lines here show me the top and the bottom of the door. I go back to the building and my rectangle needs to be changed to a path. So click on it, path, object to path. And then using the nodes tool, I'm going to adjust the shape of my door so it actually looks like it's on the side of the building. Grabbing this corner, I'm going to drag it up so it follows along that guideline. And same thing with the bottom here. I'm going to bring that up so it hits the bottom edge of the building. And then the far front corner, I'm going to bring that down. And I'm using my arrow keys for this so I don't angle it in a different way. And bring that down. So now the top and the bottom edges of the door line up with my horizon line. I can hide my guidelines. I'm going to lock that layer. And then I'm going to select my door and make it a color. It's a little darker than the side and has no stroke. And there she is, our beautiful, weird hangar building on a road. So save your perspective work and then submit this with your still life project.